So I'm making this video because as I was making the video about the weird files that I download at the law library, though I had my device plugged up as I do now with a more than powerful charger, if you pay attention up in the right corner, the percentage of my battery is actually draining, not charging. And you can see that little bolt sign, meaning that it's charging. But it's not, it's actually draining. So it was just at 5%, now it's at 4%. I just realized that before I started making that video an hour ago, I had almost 40%. So what my experience with that is, there's someone nearby with an app or a device other than a smart device that can bring about that effect. But usually there has to be, it's kind of complicated. There has to be something near the device or something attached to the device that attracts electromagnetic energy significantly strong enough to overpower and override the normal functioning of the device. And that's how they make the tangent with your device. So you may have a weird charged peripheral, or you may be sitting next to a plant leaf or a dead plant leaf, usually. You see the hacker, he's trying to suppress the internet signal so that this doesn't load up. You can see that. I'm at the downtown Ann Arbor Public Library, and I've successfully loaded all of these videos up here. So the internet is good here when there aren't hackers trying to stop me from uploading videos that are pejorative about large institutions like the University of Michigan, Ann Arbor, or the 15th District Court judges, or the Ann Arbor Police Department, or the University of Michigan Police Department. Whenever I'm working on something like that, that's pejorative light against any of those larger entities of the local municipalities, I experience all these different kinds of suppressions and dysfunctions of the device. And they're external. From my experience and to my knowledge, and perhaps that kind of tactic is the most telling of external play, foul play, when the device is plugged up to the wall, and instead of charging, it's actually depleting in energy. It's if there was something wrong with the battery or the charger, then that would happen all the time, not distinctively correlating to specific incidences in which I am uploading pejorative information. So I guess what I'm going to do is keep this video running until the files are successfully uploaded, because apparently once the device gets so low in energy, like in the 20%, someone with a smart device or a machine similar nearby, 16 to 25 feet, can send a pulse to your device if it is somehow temporarily rigged or permanently rigged to attract electromagnetic energy to create an electromagnetic field around it. And that pulse can reset the device. Well, what I mean by reset it, reboot the device. And I used to have the problem where it would reboot the device, and then upon the reboot, it'd be stuck in reboot mode. So then I'd have to conduct a hard set factory reset of the device, which would erase all of the information and content that I had stored in the memory of the device, even though I still have some files left on the micro SD card, and of course I had my files in my external flash drive. So people were stalking me and constantly working in coordinated, campaigned efforts to take advantage of any opportunity that they could of me forgetting to plug up my device and keep it as full as possible, as consistently as possible, so that when it got so low, their attempts to reboot it were successful, and then I'd have to start from scratch often in some of these projects that I was working on to synchronize videos of events so that they made sense to the public when they looked at them in succession. So, good. It looks like that made it up to YouTube. But you see that internet level up there? They just did something to make it go dead, and then sometimes if there's a group of them, they can make it go dead. They can keep it dead for a prolonged period. The length that I've had the patience for is 5 minutes. After that, I figure, let me go somewhere else or change something about my setup. But so what I often do to help aid in the upload of my files is I upload files to Facebook and to YouTube simultaneously, and then I go back and forth between the two apps. And that seems to help with the upload of both of them somehow. Because if you sit there and wait for a file to upload on YouTube, they can actually stop it in its tracks from uploading. But if the file is uploading and you're not in the YouTube app using it, then it seems to have a better chance at uploading. It's just that you won't know that it has unless your device is set up to give a notification that the upload is complete. With whatever I just explained now, I meant that for Facebook. I'm a little tired. I'm a little disoriented from the experience of looking at all those files. So I think that's what I said. So that's what I meant to say. All of that applies to Facebook. When it comes to YouTube, they can't stop YouTube from uploading in its tracks as long as there's a signal, no matter how faint. See, look, it went from 4% to 3%. Isn't that crazy? So I'm going to stop this video now before they reboot my device. In fact, I'm going to gamble here and see where the videos are on Facebook, because for some reason, believe it or not, at least in this town, groups of people tend to make more of an effort to stop videos, pejorative videos from uploading on Facebook than on YouTube. When in fact, YouTube, well, look at that. It didn't even. It didn't even. It didn't even go to Facebook, even though I'm confident that I sent the file to Facebook. So now I'm going to do it again. Nuts. But I mean, I deal with this all the time. I really do. And my position is never to convince you of anything. It's just to explain to you the bare facts of what I am experiencing, and to tell you what I might interpret of those facts, and you make your own decision. You know, I mean, it takes experience. You'd have to be going through it to really understand any of this. You know, you're getting it all second and third hand. It's not the same as living through it and mitigating it constantly on a daily basis. Okay, there. So I'm probably not going to let this video record as long as it takes to completely upload to Facebook, because I want to ensure that I have this video as proof that I did in fact upload it to Facebook. But you saw it upload to YouTube. And so here you see they are suppressing it from uploading to Facebook. And how convenient would that be for them to suppress it, the upload, at the same time drain the battery, even while I have it plugged into the wall? So I don't know why I do this, because eventually I get everything uploaded that I want. But I mean, I've had to commit so much of my time to do it that a person who has a life would just be put out, extremely, of time and resources. It just so happens that I don't have a job right now. I'm homeless right now. For reasons attributed to all of these videos that I'm posting up. That, and the attitude that I'm taking, that no, I'm not going to delete them. No, I'm not going to accept unlawful treatment that leads to me being unlawfully evicted or unlawfully trespassed from a public state institution, university. One can argue, there are more diplomatic ways to go about conflict resolution between individuals or groups, or an individual with groups as adversaries, as to mitigate a lot of harm that I've experienced from groups that are against me from posting such pejorative information to make the city, that makes the city looks bad, that makes the university looks bad, that makes the police officers of Ann Arbor, Michigan, for example, look bad, that makes the police of the University of Michigan, Ann Arbor, look bad. You'd be surprised. These institutions and officers seem to be cherished and protected to some extent, even by the public. When it stands to reason in my mind that the public would want to know, a public would want to know, a republic would want to know how their representatives elected and elected secondhand through elected primary elected officials are governing their municipality in their community. You would think that's the case, but it's exactly backwards here in Ann Arbor. People want to think, look, it just went down to 2%. They do not want this loaded up to Facebook. So we'll see if it gets up to Facebook. But I don't want to lose this video, so I'm going to stop it right now.